This week on the Spotlight, we talked to a very favorite bull of ours, Mr. Tony Snell. We talked to the coach, Fred Hoiberg, who analyzes his team, getting ready for NBA play. We flash back to Dennis Gentry, analyzing Bulls plays. Bears, that is. Dennis Gentry, and then Dwight Smith, a late 80s Cub back in the day. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago sports teams are making news, it's the 27th year of the Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You gotta believe we're back at the Code, Benkowski Trivia, October 21st, 8 p.m. Great people, great game. 1750 East 55th Street. Very fun times. You gotta be part of it. Family Dentist. Lawrence Ferlin, E is the dentist. 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, and more. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. We're back on the Spotlight, and Bulls coach Fred Hoiberg analyzing every possible element of the game. He's being a little low-key about all the breakdowns, but you know that he's spending hours and hours poring over tape, trying to learn every nuance of this team so he can hit it running, so to speak, at the end of October when the Bulls begin to play real games. He's looking at the matchups. He's looking at how teammates play with each other and about pushing the ball. You can't always push the ball, and he addresses that too. Here's Coach Fred Hoiberg on the current state of the Bulls.
Been a little more clarity on what the plan is with Derek this evening. Is he going to be here? Is he not going to be
He will, yeah. He's going to come tonight. We'll probably keep him back here. He's still getting a little bit of blurry vision, so feel it's best for him to watch the game in the back. But I know he's excited to be here and be with the guys in the locker room.
That's all I got.
So at this point in the exhibition season, what are you seeing that you like? What kind of maybe individual chemistries are you seeing come together?
Well, the thing I like is how we responded after a really tough game in Boulder. I didn't think we played well at all, especially on the defensive end. We didn't have it moving, obviously. That stuff will get better, but the defensive end, that's one thing you can control and go out and play and give a great effort each and every time you take the floor. And I thought we corrected that, especially in that first quarter against Minnesota. Now you got to keep that going consistent for 40 minutes or 48 minutes. The big thing with our guys, the ball was flying around. We were making extra passes. Played very unselfishly after I thought, not doing that against Denver.
What are your questions with Bobby so far? His energy seems like it's sort of consistent in all games he's been
Yeah, he's been awesome. I've been really pleased. He's crashing the offensive glass. He's getting more comfortable. You can tell each time he gets out. He's more comfortable with his shot. He's defending. He's not backing down from anybody. He plays with great energy. He's got a couple great mentors he's learning from. Some veteran guys with Taj and Powell and obviously Joakim. And they've really kind of taken him under their wing, and he's responded with great intensity, energy, and he's just getting things done that way. We're not running many plays for him, but he's finding a way to get double-digit rebounds. I think he's averaging 12 and a half a game right now. So yeah, very pleased with Bobby through these first 3 games.
Is he the same way in practice?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, kid plays for dinner, man. He goes out every time. Every time he runs the rim every time. The great thing about him, he's asked to come out of the game 3 times already, and that's a great sign. I love it when guys are playing so hard that they have to come out for a break.
A lot of pro coaches keep some of the young players at the end of the bench for a while till they quote-unquote earn it. Do you see yourself going with a rotation of 9 or 10 eventually?
Well, we'll see how it plays out. Obviously we've had at least 4 of our rotation guys that haven't played yet, and so there's still a lot of things up in the air as far as our rotation goes. Mike Dunleavy was back in the treadmill today. He was walking for the first time. That was great to see. Derek, hopefully in another week, will be able to start getting active again. And then hopefully start practicing, shortly thereafter. Taj hopefully will play a little bit next game. And then Joe, we'll sit him tonight, but hopefully he'll be back in the lineup next game. So, still a lot of things. There's a lot of lineups that still haven't played together, because we've had guys that haven't been able to play to this point. So, I guess to answer your question, as far as rotations go, still too many factors, to play out before that's determined.
Any particular, it's only 2 weeks. We're not going to check your pulse every 2 weeks, but any adjustment that you feel you've made to the work rhythm of being back at this level as opposed to where you were coaching?
I don't know, Steve. That's a great question. You just kind of go about it in your day-to-day work, and when you have things to correct, you try and correct them. If you're doing things well, you try to build off them, and that's at any level. Doesn't matter, what level, what stage you're at, but. We're trying to do the best job we can to put these guys in great spots, and I've loved what we've done as a staff. It's been great chemistry with our staff. We've had a lot of great conversations, about the way we're going to play different actions, about what we're going to run offensively. So yeah, I've been pleased, with that. Hopefully we keep making progress as a staff, as a team, and continue to get better and playing our best when it matters most.
Where do you fall on a scale, in terms of work, from guys like Jimmy who might want to put in 3 a days to guys who want to get their work in efficiently and then get out?
A lot of that is, Jimmy still is coming in the morning sometimes before practices and getting a workout in. You've got certain guys coming in getting their lifts out of the way before practices. You got some guys coming back in the evening to get additional work. The big thing for us right now is when we're basically playing every other day. I'm excited about these 4 days off that we're about to have. We'll give 1 day to our guys the night we have our charity event with the Bulls, but those other 3 will be great practices because we've been adding things, but only in a shoot-around type setting. So to be able to do that in full speed, do it live, will be great. So I'm really looking forward to those 3 days. But at the same time, in the short amount of practices that we've had, and I've given the guys a couple days off. You try to add as many things as you can. Still trying to keep it fresh and be very cautious with how much impact they're putting on their legs at this time of the year.
I think you mentioned.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Ferland, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. call the family dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you.
Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th.
We're back on the spotlight, and watching this year's Bulls is a little bit reminiscent of watching the White Sox. No, that's not fair. No. I'm going to have to strike that from the record. I think watching what the Bulls will be successful at is watching what the White Sox attempted to do when they moved out Ozzie and brought in Robin Ventura. A completely different style. Except with Fred Hoiberg at the helm, the talent on this team may be allowed to rise. And that means some of the younger players getting actual playing time. Now, of course, part of that is due to another crazy rash of injuries with Taj and a little bit of a bad wheel. Dunleavy's surgery, strangely late in the offseason. And Derek and the bad eyeball. So that certainly affects the rotation, but it gives young players a great opportunity. And one of those guys is a guy that is real big on Sports Spotlight enjoyment lists, Tony Snell. We caught up with him in the hallway and talked to him about his summer and about what he expects for 2015-2016. Nicole Miritich helping direct the program. We're, of course, back at the United Center. And I just want to find out about your off-season regimen. You look like you've been working out seriously. And, watching you take a lot of consistent good shots, you must feel pretty good.
Yeah, I feel great. All the hard work I put in the summer is going to pay off. You just got to take it one day at a time and continue to get better.
Was there a real tight regimen you followed? Just run our audience through some of the things you worked on.
Well, I go in the weight room 3 times a week throughout the whole summer, and 5 times a week I go and get some shots up and work them on the game, and I feel great. I feel like I'm ready to go.
And the people that you played with when you were shooting around, anybody we ever knew? Any familiar names?
Usually I was by myself. Working out.
So you got somebody rebounding for you at least?
Yeah. I got a coach that works out. I hired him and worked out together, and he helped me out.
Where's that? Like in a high school gym or something like that?
UIC.
Oh, UIC.
Yeah, I worked out UIC.
UIC. That's my old school.
Nice.
All right. So a little bit more about as you got closer to the season beginning. Were you working on particular elements of your game, and what was your correspondence with your new coach like?
Just working on coming off the dribble, working on a lot of dribble, making plays, of course shooting the ball. And the new coach is phenomenal. I'm learning a lot from him. He's helped me out a lot throughout the whole offense, and I'm excited to work with him.
One of the first things I thought when he was brought in was more minutes for you, and I mean that in the most positive way, because to me the thing that I never thought you had the best chance to showcase your skills, and it always comes with extended minutes. Who are some of the guys that are enjoying playing with now in the exhibition season?
I'm enjoying playing with everybody. We all working hard in practices, and we all getting along, getting good chemistry, and we're just out there competing.
What about defense setting up the offense? Because, even back in the Jordan, Pippen, Grant days, they were known as the Bermuda Triangle. And I've made this allusion to you before.
Right.
I saw you as one of those guys who would, make the key steal or bat the ball, and then you're coming back the other way. And now with this coach,
right,
it's encouraged massively.
Right.
Who are some of the other guys who fit in with that ball hawk defensive style?
I feel like me, Jimmy, Doug, Etwan, Aaron, a lot of players on the team, we can do that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you have a little get-together before the game. What are some of the things that you guys say in that little huddle?
We just try to motivate each other, just to continue to work hard. You know, every possession counts, so we got to keep pushing forward.
I know last year that they looked to you to develop the three quite a bit. I'm guessing this year, certainly that's part of your repertoire. But this year I'm seeing you come in and, maybe they overplay you on the three and you come in a dribble or two and you're starting to knock down that 15-footer. What about that?
Yeah, that's what I worked on the summer, just try to come off the dribble and work on coming off the dribble, shots, making plays.
I saw you with Randy Brown going left, right, and doing some teardrop stuff. That's got to be fun for you.
Yeah, it's real fun. You know, he's helped me out a lot throughout this whole process, and I thank him for helping me work out and get better.
So if you were trying to summarize what fans should look for at the beginning of the Bulls season, besides generally being a different style of play, what should they look for?
They should look for a lot of up-tempo, because, it's a lot of fast pace, the offense is going to be good, a lot of draws and kicks, a lot of spot-up shooting, just making plays out there.
And a team that's scoring maybe 110, 115, 118 a game?
Yeah, that means you're trying to push the ball, trying to get stops and push it as fast as you can.
So you're transplanting the Western Conference without being in the Western Conference.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we wish you the best, and just want to see you out there. That was my wish, and I think it's going to be granted.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Keep doing it.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. We're back in the spotlight. Of course, we're at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field, and we're talking to a man who's very happy these days in 1993. He's happy because he's got some definite at-bats to show and is making it happen with those. We re-welcome Dwight Smith to the program, and I guess all along, probably since just about 89, you just wanted to get in that lineup with some more regularity, and we see that happening these days.
Exactly. I'm getting a chance to play, and like you said, I'm getting the most out of it. We got to keep going. We want to win some ball games. I'm tired of seesaw. We want to get up here over 500 and keep going. But like you said earlier, I wanted an opportunity. I got to make the most of this opportunity. Just we got to keep it going.
One thing that I was looking through some old statistics, I do a lot of sports trivia shows throughout Chicagoland, and if I say the name Pikeville, does that mean something to you?
Yes, it does. It's the first year I played. I was scared half to death in the minor leagues. That's probably why I led the league in stolen bases there.
That's it. That's my question. I asked the question. He led the league at Pikeville in stolen bases, and Willie Wilson gets his number of guesses and stuff. But when we see you out in center field, people are reminded of the fact that you always can move pretty well on the base paths, and it's fun to be out there in the middle.
Exactly, like you said, you got a good vision of where the ball is being pitched. You got a lot of room to roam, opposed to the corners where you got to go to the wall immediately. In center field, you got it's like a big garden out there. And if you do have speed, you get to utilize your speed and get to go and make the acrobatic catches and make the crowd go crazy. So therefore, it makes me like defense a lot more better. It keeps me interested in the game as well.
Well, back in '89, when you and Jerome were running 1-2 for Rookie of the Year, a lot of people just saw you in left, and they really weren't aware of your defensive skills or speed. But and it took a few years to get a chance to re-showcase that. But you probably feel more comfortable in center than anywhere else.
Exactly, and also in having success in center field makes you more comfortable on the corners now, because like you say, you're getting recognized as a good defensive ball player. So when people get the stagnation off you of you can't do it, or putting the label on you, you can't do this or do that, you kind of starting to believe it yourself. When you get the opportunity to play and show them different and success is confident, you figure you can play there and anywhere now.
And now back to the at-bats and the additional time in the lineup. Willie plays some, but you're seeing most of the action against the right-handers. What is your attitude like when you go to the plate?
Well, I figure I got to get them right now. I got to do well. I got to shine, and that's what it's all about. I'm leading off, so I want to be the one to get it started. So my attitude to the play is I got to go out there and get a hit or get on base any way I can and score runs. And I've been doing that and having fun doing it as well.
There's probably a tendency, there's certainly a tendency at this ballpark, if you're batting a little lower in the order, you just start checking the wind, you start thinking RBI all the time. Maybe batting upper in the lineup is better for your head.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off you of driving in runs. Now it puts the pressure on you getting on and scoring the runs. You're getting on for the big guns. And Jose Vizcaíno's behind me, hitting real well, getting me over the third, and etc. like that for Rhino and Gracie, etc. and Derek May. And that's what a leadoff man does. If you're going to look at a leadoff man, he's going to have X amount of ribs, some home runs, but his big stats going to be on base percentage and runs scored. And that's what I try to focus on leading off.
Well, another thing that you bring to the ball club is your entertainment skills, and I'm sure at times with a little serenade, maybe a teasing kind of little song you put together, you probably get your teammates laughing. Maybe even after a tough loss now and then, you find yourself going up to them, hitting them with the bat with that pretend microphone or whatnot.
Exactly. Or either I could be in the shower or something, and somebody said, "Get me going," like that, and we'll start singing, because a good echo chamber, as you know, in the shower, in your restrooms at home, and like you said, I do keep the ball club loose to that perspective, and it's fun. Music is universal, and everybody tends to relax for that. When you're uptight, it's a good form of relaxation, and sure, I do it sometime.
We know, of course, you've done the anthem here, and I've heard your legendary imitation of Michael McDonald. Who are the new music people in the scene that you find yourself copying?
Well, I do a lot of them. I do Stevie, I do George Benson, I do Luther. I try to mimic everybody. I guess I was a class clown coming up, so I just do them all. I have fun with them all.
Well, certainly Dwight Smith is having a great time keeping his fellow Cubs and so many new faces on the Cubs loose this year. Maybe as we wrap up, you could leave him with a little bit of Stevie since you're wearing the honorary shades?
One you said earlier, isn't she lovely, isn't she wonderful? I never thought the love will be making one as lovely as she, but so very lovely, made from love.
Yeah, unbeatable. We'll be back with more in just a moment, but it is unmatchable.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Angela.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at Watt 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, open past midnight 7 days. 2 Polish and fry, $5.69. Gyros plate with big fries, $8.59. Big Baby double cheese, $2.85. Tamales, Italian beef, pizza puff shakes, chicken breast, onion rings, and more at 5415 South Pulaski. They have it all going on. At Jackie's Hot Dogs, I highly recommend it. I eat there periodically. I love it. You should try it too.
We're back in the spotlight, of course, at the friendly confines, and the Chicago Bears keep changing faces. Jim Thornton and David Tate have gone on to the New York Jets. There have been a couple of retirements in the past week or so, notably Dennis Gentry and Ron Morris, a couple of fine wide receivers. I got a chance to talk to them in depth on this very show a couple of years back. We'd like to bring you portions of those interviews right now.
I played fullback, coming from a school that wasn't very big, and got up here and played behind Peyton for 3 years, 4 years. Then when they drafted Neil Anderson, I went to wide receiver, and I just, I've been doing so much, it's kind of hard to remember all the plays.
Yeah, that's a good point. It seems that you have more to remember than maybe anybody on the team.
Well, it's after I learned the offensive system, it came to me. As far as the running back, when I was a running back, I can only just read the linebacker. Now that I switched to wide receiver, I can just read the whole defensive coverage, which will make it a lot easier for me. In the formation, what I like is I'll be lined up here.
Okay.
And I would be doing my movements, trying to get them to move so I can see if they're in a man defense or a zone defense.
So you're the man in motion to flush them out.
Well, if I move and this guy move, I can determine if he's in the man. So when I come back, the ball is snapped, Tomzak or McMahon, and I start in motion, and he reads the defensive end. If he comes upfield, he tosses it to me. If he stays there and reads me, he keeps the ball or dumping off to Neil Anderson.
But you like that multi-option play?
It's, it has a lot of pluses to it, so I like it.
To wrap up with Dennis, we talk about Mike Singletary, his Baylor college teammate.
Well, he and I bumped heads a couple of times, and I cracked his. He didn't crack mine.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, that was his reputation. He set a record, Kenny, for
Yes,
most.
he did. I think he went through 8 helmets in his college career.
That's pretty outrageous. But I guess we understand why. He's just the same as he is now, maybe a little more intense.
He's more intense now because back in college he was he was quiet. He didn't say very much. But right now he's he's a lot more talkative with with some of the guys.
Ron Morris also called it a career after 6 seasons. Knee trouble, his problem. We go back again to a 1988 episode. We talked to him about his buddy then, Jim McMahon. What about yourself? Emerging as a guy who's been the big play man lately, and you got to like the situation where Jim McMahon looks to you in crucial plays.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, for any receiver, when he steps out on the field, he wants to catch the ball. And when you know that when you run a route or a pattern, the ball's going to come to you, and that's a great feeling. And I believe right now Jim McMahon has a lot of confidence in me and the rest of the receivers out there. And when I get out there, I'm just ready to catch the ball because I feel that I can get open, and I know Jim's going to get the ball there.
Unlike the shy Gentry, I always found Ron Morris to be a very outspoken interview subject. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.